Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we completed some side quests around... I actually don't know. It was a long time ago, the last episode, for me, because this is the beginning of a new... And this will be my final, I think, recording session, though I do intend to record 8 episodes worth of side quests. So we are starting here this time. This time we're going to be dealing with Colony 6. We're going to be dealing with Colony 6 for quite some time. It's the place that has the most side quests yet to do, because if we look at the affinity chart, you'll see it's also the place with which we haven't quite got 5-star affinity, and there's some more little holes to fill in here in the chart. So, we want to invite someone for now. This woman under here, we traded with her to get a fish biter before, but this is Neonic. If we talk to her, well, we talk to her knees apparently, is there a lot of nature in Colony 6? I think I'd really like to live there. Simple enough. When people ask you these things, by the way, I've got everything to 5 levels. So nature, housing, special, and whatever the other one was, commerce. But people obviously do have thresholds for being invited, so she needs nature at a certain level. Can't remember what it is. But let's invite her to Colony 6. You'd allow me to go to Colony 6, are you sure? I'd love to. I'll pack my things right away. It's always been my dream to live amongst nature. So she moves there. And now she'll get, like almost everyone, once invited to Colony 6, she'll offer us a quest. Everyone you can invite has a quest to do with them, definitely. But we need to check something before doing this quest. Because this quest has a branching path. And if you have a certain item already kicking around, you don't get a choice. You're just automatically pushed down one branching path. So we need to look for... There's one. This is a Pteryx energy egg. We are going to need 2 of them for this upcoming quest, for 1 route. And I think we're alright. If you already have 2, then when you accept the quest it says, you've done the Pteryx Energy Egg route, and the other route is just completely locked off to you, which is shitty to say the least. We only have 1, so that should speed it up a bit without actually overpowering anything. So, with that, let's head up to our relatively recently built watchtower in Colony 6. God, does it irritate me that there's only 2... There's no better warp points for Colony 6 as you develop it. I guess their engine couldn't, add landmarks as you built up Colony 6, but it is slightly frustrating to have to always walk from either the main entrance or the reconstruction headquarters. So up here now is Neonic, and indeed offering us a quest. You met Orchitix, right? I had growth problems when I was younger. Oh, that was the guy we did stunted growth for. It pains me to see him like that because I remember how he felt, but don't go worrying about him. His heart and mind are developing at a normal rate. He's already a grown-up inside. I hate growing old. It reminds me of how good it was to be young. That was just an affinity link, but that does actually tie into this quest quite well. I need to speak with you. Ever since I have arrived, I have not been functioning correctly. I feel weak and vulnerable. Perhaps my time to go offline is imminent. What's wrong with Neonic? Why isn't she moving? Even the Machina eventually die, just like we do. It's interesting, it's raining in real life and it's raining in the vision. That tells you something about how the visions work in the game perspective. She was a good person. Neonic taught me how to fix machines. She taught me a lot as well. And weirdly, that's Yumiya's maid there, and she's there in that vision whether you've done Melancholy Tirade or not. I want to see this colony reach full potential before I never wish to die before I fully experience this world. With my body like this, I will only be able to eke out a life here. Could you find something that will get me back on my feet? A different vision here now. There is no one left but me. I am doomed to live out my days alone. My only wish is to enjoy the flora and fauna of this region. I want to make this colony my home until the end. Please help me stay with these people for a while longer. So this gives us lifespan of a Machina. Neonic seems to have almost given up on her life. Find something to revitalize her. And we have 2 options, either a Pteryx Energy Egg or Machina Energy. You'll help me? Thank you. I know there is some item that will extend my life, but I cannot recall what it is. And so yeah, if I had 2 energy eggs, that would clock in there and I would be locked into that route, which I do not want to do. I'm going to point out as well, because it's quite interesting here, if we look at the people in the hidden village, where is she at? So this should give you an idea of some of the Machina ages. Orchitix, the one who's like trapped in her child's body, is 2,000 years old. He was guilty over what Ega was doing. 4,000, 3,000, 4,500, Zakort, 2,500, Bozotrok, similar. Then we get to... Oh no, wait, she's not going to be in... Obviously, she's now in Colony 6, now we've had her move. Neonic, 9,892. She is nearly 10,000 years old. So no wonder she's feeling a little bit like it's close to the end. But there are two options here. One is just objectively better than the other. So, option 1, vision please. And we will head down to the Fallen Arm to gather our second Terex Energy Egg. So this is generally the best place to get them, is this digit... Oh, it's bloody raining in it. Is digit 2 plane. I'll make it not raining because we're looking for Terex. And basically flying enemies pretty much, without exception, disappear when it's raining. Flying organic enemies, certainly. And here this Lelipago Terex comes right next to you. That's one of the reasons I've got Sharla up, is because she's very handy at starting a fight with these, otherwise they can just fly past a bit too quickly. Anyway, their drop rate is fairly high on the eggs, and we've already got one, so this shouldn't take too long. And there's our second egg, and as you can see, that immediately updates the quest, so if you already have 2 of them, sorry. Right, let's take this back to Neonic. Did you bring me the Terex Energy Eggs I need? Good. I will make myself a drink of these eggs and restore myself. My body should be rejuvenated in no time at all. I hope this works. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm young again. Now I'll be able to see through the colony's reconstruction to the end. Good, it was our pleasure. I am glad. I've always loved to appreciate the wonder that is nature. I even love to people watch. This colony is perfect for it. I get to watch Homs, Hyentia, Nopon, and other Machina. And that completes the quest. Don't cross it off because this is a vision. Whichever route you take, the rewards are the same. It's just about how you feel about it. Here, it's like you turbocharge her lifespan, and as such, she will live essentially a full 10,000 years again and pretty much be the last person left alive, which sounds really depressing. So instead, we are going to go and do the other way with the Machina Energy. So the Machina Energy is actually here, where we very much started off the story with Shulk, and we haven't been for quite some time. It's just over there, but before we do it, there is a heart-to-heart here between Sharla and Ricky. They need a fair bit more affinity before we can do that, so let's blast them up quickly. Now we know. We can use some interesting information. We know that Sharla likes fruit, so we will have Ricky give Sharla some fruit, which is good, because we're basically out of veg. Wow, we've got a lot of things here. There we go. Now we're up to Lavender, and who wouldn't be that happy after being force-fed 30 large mangoes? Sounds like a wonderful present there, Ricky. Let's launch into... Oh, fruitful gifts. Is that specifically to do with fruit, or is that just gifts in general? You'll find out, as will I during the edits. So this is a heart-to-heart called A Heropon's Perspective. Sharla, tell Ricky about Mechon. The Mechon? Why? Ricky not know anything about history of Mechon with Hom Hom. Ricky feels stupid. This is unusual for you, Ricky. I mean, curiosity is a good thing, sure, but what's brought this on? Ricky glad Sharla asked. When Mechon attack colonies, Ricky and villagers know nothing. Just sit in village, ponning around like normal day. I guess Magna wasn't really on the Mechon's radar. Oh, Ricky never saw a Mechon before, only heard of them in whispers. On Princeton Island was the first time Ricky saw faced one. Oh, Ricky scared. Sharla was brave, though. Ricky embarrassed. Don't beat yourself up, Ricky. I've been fighting the Mechon since I was, well, your height. Oh, Sharla and friends stronger than Ricky. Ricky not good enough. No, Ricky, that's not true. What's got into you? This isn't the Ricky I know. Normally you're brimming with self-confidence. Really? Ricky not Ricky? We know the Nopon and the Mechon never crossed paths before, but that doesn't mean we think you're not up to the challenge. You're one of us, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, sorry, Sharla. Ricky feel better now. Don't mention it, Ricky. We've all got our reasons for fighting in this war. Some fight for their family, some fight for the friends they lost. Oh, Ricky Oh, Ricky's happy, happy, Sharla happy, super happy. Too many words in there. Ricky happy he talked to Sharla. Ricky super happy. You and me are friends, Ricky. Don't ever forget that. Let's fight to the very end for all the people of this world. As ever, other routes will be at the end, and there's some pretty good ones in that one. But this red item orb is what we need, which is the Machina Energy, so let's return that to Neonic. Did you find it? It looks a little old and dated, but it should be fine. I'll drink this and I should recover quickly. Bottoms up. Oh, it seems to have worked. I feel better now. My body feels lighter, stronger. I suppose this means I'll live for another 20 years or so. Good, it was our pleasure. I didn't realise an item would have affected my body so. You brought this so I wouldn't outlive everyone in the colony. Now I'll probably see out my days with the other residents. Thank you for understanding my predicament. This is exactly what I wanted. It's a rare case where she basically, she doesn't tell you at the end of the other arc, but at the end of this branch of it, she basically said, this was the good timeline. which is nice to see at least. But as I say, the rewards are exactly the same. So, what are we going to do now? We got to recruit a couple of more people. Well, one person, and then she gives us a quest which is going to involve a bit more recruitment. This is someone I think we've seen kicking around, but we haven't really interacted. A lot of these people we're going to be dealing with over the coming episodes we haven't interacted with because, as I say, literally every named NPC in this game either offers you a quest or is involved in one. If we haven't dealt with one yet, it's probably because their quest is involving Colony 6. Therefore, they'll be invited and dealt with over the coming episodes. So, we want to be here, and we need to be... Well, first of all, switch up the party a little bit. Ooh, someone's learned... Oh, of course, yeah, Shulk and Sharla and Ricky have learned skills together because they just got a load of stuff. More XP when discovering a landmark is useless. There is only a single landmark left in the game for us to discover. And I won't be discovering that for a fair few episodes yet anyway. It's not where you might think, interestingly. Well, it depends what you're thinking, but... Drop in the comments if you don't know, where do you think the final landmark is? Where have we still got exploration to do? You should be able to work it out, perhaps, but... Well, drop in the comments. I'm curious. Anyway, I want to switch up the party to be Melia in front, Shulk in the middle, and Rhine here. And then we want it to be nighttime. And here we have this singing woman with a singing bloke next to her called Rosemary. I've had it! He makes me tag along when he hangs out with his friends, then I say I want to do something with him, and he says he's busy! Ugh, why do I put up with him in this love-forsaken hole of a place? I wish a nice man would sweep me off my feet and take me far away. Or maybe I should just go and find a place where the men grow on trees. I beg your pardon?
Hi there.
Why can't I invite you? My notes are wrong. Shulk needs to be in the lead here. She will only come along to Colony 6 if Shulk invites her.
Hi there.
I've had it, blah blah blah, seen this before. Yeah, apparently only Shulk can invite her to Colony 6. What do you know? Oh, Shulk, are you sweeping me off my feet? Finally, someone has responded to this girl's heartfelt pleas. I'll go and dump my current boyfriend right this second. Don't worry, everyone knows you're already taken, but I'm surprised you've already lined up some potential boys. Move over, ladies. Rosemary gets first pick of the bunch. Anyway, see you in Colony 6. So that gives us a bit of a hint as to what her quest in Colony 6 is going to be. Let's go there and have a chat with her. So she's here kind of by the entrance at night time on this little kind of mezzanine balcony thing. So let's give her a chat. Give her a chat, good one. So you finally remembered me. When you told me about all the men, I rushed straight to you. You know, I haven't had much luck in my love life recently. That doesn't sound good. Now, where are all these fit men you said you'd introduce me to? That's probably not a phrase the Americans know so much. I was watching a brilliant thing the other day of people trying to guess whether certain phrases were actual British phrases or made up for Xenoblade. Surprisingly challenging, but fit in this sense. Probably one of them. Because that's not... To explain to the non-British, fit is... not just like fit and healthy, it specifically means a certain type of attractive. It's really hard to define. I can only define it by example, like, oh, he's well fit, he is. But that wouldn't be like inherently like in shape. It doesn't mean like ripped or anything like that. It just kind of meant attractive. Maybe you're not the best people to be asking. I don't want any bad breath old farts, you hear me? Bring me 4 potential boyfriends, and quickly. Well, I'm single, so that's 1. Shulk's single, that's 2. And Dunban, there's 3 already. Fine, everyone line up. Which one of you lucky boys gets to date gorgeous Rosemary here? Whoa there, back up a second. On second thoughts, I couldn't do that to my best mate, Shulk. You can have Dunban. Alright, we'll go out and find you some boyfriends. So this is In Pursuit of Love, which gives us 4 blokes to track down. Find a timid Homsman, find a rough and ready Homsman, find a composed high-entier, and find a nop-on food connoisseur. My future happiness is at stake, don't mess this up for me. I'm expecting fine specimens of the male species. Get to work. So, 2 of the people that we need for this, 3 even actually, are not yet in Colony 6. One of them is. And we'll deal with him probably last on the list. First off, we need to invite a couple of people. So let's start off in Colony 6. Colony 9. I hate that they're both the same curly upside downy number. I've come to the wrong bloody part of it anyway. I want to go to the military district. Man, having a shocker. So here, cowering behind these boxes, is Nick. Weedy, weak, wimpy, pick one, any one. I hate being weak all the time, but I don't know what to do. If only there was someone who could train me. There has to be someone who can help me. he has his own quest in Colony 6, which is about training. He is not expecting a woman to do that for him, but he is also one of our potential suitors. So let's invite him. Colony 6. I've heard that the old residence has been rebuilding lately. I could probably find someone to help me if I went there. I'll do it. I'll go. I'll turn my whole life around. Off he goes. The Brave Protectors. Don't know what that is. While I'm here, I realise this is why I went to the residential district, because this is also on my list. If we make it 6 o'clock, then here is the absurdly trousered Peppino that we've spoken to before. Good day. My mates have been egging me on to dump this place and move on. I don't want to end up like some of the losers around here, I don't. A place full of people, yeah, that's where I want to go. Know anywhere like that? He said good day to me, so I slipped immediately into Australian. This just happens. You reckon Colony 6 is for me? Yeah, some of my mates heard about that place. I might take a chance, go and meet some real nice people. And if it don't work out, I can always come back here. Cheers for the heads up, guys. For the heads up. That was very Cockney rather than Australian, but there we go. With that, we got one more person to recruit, which is on Valak Mountain. I think I have already showed this off, but several of the high-end tier... Basically, the high-end tier that have left Alchemoth are kind of concentrated in various places that are all kind of high-end tier-y, like the Ether Plant in Area C, the Sororal statues in Satoral Marsh, and the Harrick Chapel here on Valak Mountain. At the back here, oh yeah, we traded with him, we haven't actually invited him, is Yura. Yes. I've had complete writer's block ever since what happened. It must have something to do with this environment. I heard rumours about Colony 6 when I was back in Alchemoth. I wonder what the strange new experiences one could have there. Do you think you could possibly take me there? And let's invite him to Colony 6. A change of scenery is just what I need to get my ideas flowing back. Flowing back. Wow, that's hard to say. Flowing back. Why am I struggling with that? Odd. I want to write poems about all types of people and places. I cannot wait to see what it is like. So, with those various people invited, let's see, out of curiosity, how complete the game reckons we are with Colony 6. Oh, 90%! Spicy. Right, let's head back and have some chats to some of these people. So, first off, Peppino, a rough and ready Homs man. Some girl called Rosemary fancies me. Hold on, that sounds like a girl from back in Colony 6. Thing is, Colony 6 and everyone from it is in my past. Tell her I'm not interested. Well, there we go. Let's head over to this kind of like far corner of the colony down here and speak to Nick. Rosemary's interested in me? Well, that's quite a turn for the books. That's a turn for the books. She's quite high maintenance. Still, I can't turn down a dancer with a girl to go on a date with a girl like her. So that's a yes from Nick. We'll count that. Next, we need to go to the kind of marketplacey area during the daytime. You may remember Poker Poker from the kind of cook-off series of quests. Oh, that's weird, like we're peeping through the slats. Don't like that camera position. Rosemary like Poker Poker? Boring. Poker Poker only like food. Can Rosemary cook? If she cook, Poker Poker will like her. The game counts that as a no, even though I think that's a kind of... That's very much a maybe, a conditional yes, if you will. But our final one is over by the Armu farm. You think Rosemary is interested in someone like me? So Holmes really does have the ability to appreciate my literary skill. This is the first I have heard of a Holmes liking my poetry. Please, tell me more of this obviously interesting Holmes lady. So he's actually offering us another quest, Yura, which is unrelated to this one, and we'll get round to that later. But for now, we need to head back to Rosemary. Nick, yeah, I've seen him. He's not bad, seems interesting. Peppino, oh yeah. Ugh, no thank you, why? Poker Poker, but he's a chubby nop-on. Yura, now you're talking. He's very handsome. You've done it. You've done really well. I didn't believe you'd do it. Two are complete duds. But Nick and Yura are just what I'm looking for. I'm glad everything worked out. Now for the easy part. Using my feminine wiles to make these men fall in love with me. They don't stand a chance. And that completes In Pursuit of Love. This now leads to two mutually exclusive quests. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, because Yura is offering us another quest unrelated, but he should also now be offering us a quest that follows on from this one. So let's see which one he's going to be offering. Oh, who's got a bit of skill tree? Oh, Shulk and Melia gained affinity. Guess that can just happen. Alright, let's see what you offer us. Yes. Ah, excellent. Rosemary is truly a free-spirited woman. I never met such a lady during my time in the Imperial capital. It is as if I have stumbled upon a whole new species, one which brings forth new ideas, new passions, and desires. I could write a poem for every time I chance upon her in the streets. She looks like any other Holmes lady to me. Are you sure, young sir? I see great potential in your people. My interest in her affairs grows day by day. I wish to give her a present. Sounds like you've got a problem. Does it? I appreciate your kindness. No, you don't. That wasn't kindness. Would you be so kind as to search out this item? I am not sure of the exact location, but start in this place, which literally only about 3 people of my species are allowed in. So, collect the swan pendant from the High-Entier tomb. This is Dream of a Poet. Only a legendary High-Entier artifact is fitting for such a lady. I shall bestow beyond a doubt my true feelings for her by having us go and fetch it for us. For him. But as he says, we search for it in the High-Entier tomb. I get that they want to use all the locations, sure, but it feels weird that regular High-Entier are just asking you, go to this place where even the Imperial family go once in every couple of generations, and you got to do a whole fucking AI verification just to get in here. Anyway, if we head over to the back. Then we find our swan pendant. Let's return that to Yura. Did you find the object? Then please hand it to Rosemary. This artifact is considered by my people to express friendship. I know not giving it to her myself is rude, but please, on my behalf, present her with it. It's one of the main reasons why I'm doing the other half of the quest rather than this one, as in the other option. Because realistically, Yura's like, I need to find her a present. Go fetch her a present for me. And then you bring the present to him, he's like, go deliver it for me. He's not really putting the effort in himself, is he? Anyway, let's go and talk to Rosemary. This looks like a present, but it can't be from you. Let me guess, it's from Yura. I knew it. Maybe he's a bit embarrassed giving it to me himself even. Oh, I think it's lovely. He knows the way to a woman's heart. Tell him I love it. I'll just be the gopher, will I? Did you find success? I can tell from the lady's reaction from your expression. She was pleased. I'm glad everything worked out. I must do something in return for your kind act. We'll just complete the quest. Dream of a Poet, and he gives us some heavy armor boots. Cool. And that's it. Bizarre. This is obviously not the route we're taking, so let's head over and speak to Nick for the real version. So Nick's up here doing push-ups, which will become relevant to next episode's quests. Hi, I really owe you guys. Since you invited me here, my life has turned right around. Just the other day, I'd better not mention it. I'll keep it to myself for now. I know I'm being a little secretive, but I need your help. Could you go into more detail? Alright, I guess I should come clean. I met a great girl called Rosemary. And, well, I want to give her a present. But the things they sell in the shop aren't fit for a girl like her. I need 2X Iron Hearts from Machina X. Can you get them for me? So it's one of the reasons I prefer this one. Thanks, guys. I need to prepare some things. Just bring them to me when you're ready. I find him a bit less of an obnoxious character than Euro, that's for one. But also, I like the fact with this that he's having us help him and bring him stuff, but he is still making something. He's not like, go get this thing to me and then present it unmodified to my woman on my behalf, which feels a bit obnoxious. Anyway, good place to find X is, of course, the X watering hole.
We cannot be reckless. We're the best. Let us hurry onwards.
Who else wants some?
Man, I just slew that one and took its heart in a single backslash. That's fairly brutal. And there's our second heart, so let's return to Nick.
How's it going?
You have them. Good. Can you hold on for a second, please? It's funny he's trying to look at us, but it's messing with his Pale animation. Alright, finished it. Can you take it to Rosemary? Wait, no, this probably isn't such a good idea. No, I can't think like this. Be confident, Nick. It'll be fine. Take it to her. Do it before I check it out. I know it would be better for me to give it to her, but no, it has to be you who gives it to Rosemary. Don't worry, she'll understand the reason why. Please give it to her. And he's made a little music box that conveys his feelings. And I like the fact that that's the way this one plays out. Also, him and Rosemary are both around at the night, which makes me think they're both night people, which may be the foundation of a better relationship. I don't know. Anyway, if we talk to him. You have something for me. What could it be? Oh my, it's wonderful. What a beautiful music box. It's from Nick. It's sort of heart-shaped. Oh, there's a letter attached. To she who holds my heart, now you shall hold mine forever. Oh my, I've never had that said to me in my whole life. He sure knows how to get a girl's heart racing. I've made up my mind, Nick is the one for me. Tell him I'll come and see him soon. And indeed, let's return to Nick. Also, fun fact, you can do both of these quests up until the point of actually concluding one of them. So only at this point I could still have done the Dreams of a Poet up until the point where I return it to Yura. So you can actually get the Swan Pendant and just, hold that in your inventory the entire time for the rest of the game if you wanted to, like a weirdo. But anyway, but as you hand it in, one resolves and cancels out the other.
How's it going?
Did you give it to her? Did she like it? Oh, the looks on your faces tell me it went well. It's not as if I followed behind you to eavesdrop on you and her. Well, actually, that's exactly what I did. I just couldn't wait. I heard what she said. I'm glad everything worked out. Look at me, I'm shaking. Is this what happens to people when they feel in love? I can't tell you how happy I am. Thank you with all my heart. He's also just more likeable than Yura, to be honest. But speaking of Yura, with that done, though it doesn't require it in any way, we have one more quest to get off Yura. This is nothing to do with Yura and Rosemary, but it is to do with Yura and Neonic. So Neonic has to be invited in order for this one to work, which is why everything in this episode is linked. And you'll kind of notice that going forward, that other than I think the last episode of Side Quest, which is just odd bits of cleanup, generally there'll be a bit of a theme to everything I'm getting done in a certain episode. I also haven't really timed any of these out, so frankly, some of these episodes might be fucking massive and some might be tiny. We'll figure it out. Was it you? Did you help that old Machina? I'm currently considering whether to write a poem about the lady. However, she spurns my request and I'm yet to write even a word. It seems that she doubts my motives based on my looks. Sounds like you've got a problem. Would you kindly persuade her to allow me this selfish request? I mean her no harm and only wish to make her into a literary legend. You should know when a lady says no, she means no. She does not see it your way and that is that. Forcing her to understand your point of view is unacceptable. You are not wrong, and I have come to understand this lately. But I think the best way this is the best way I can think of to get closer to Neonic. You wish to get closer? It is a flawed plan, but we shall think on it. I need you to talk to Neonic and help her understand. If she still refuses, go to LSD and connect to Toboggan Wing. Give it to her and engage her reaction for me. If that fails, then I surrender. Yeah, Melia makes a fair point there, and the game basically kind of completely ignores that. Anyway, let's go and speak to Neonic. You've come to talk to me about that poet, right? I just can't bring myself to trust that man. I won't end up a laughingstock no matter how many times he asks. So, you've got two options, both of which are overly positive of Yura in my opinion, but neither of which matters which one you say. Yura's not a bad person. Why would anyone want to write a poem about me? He must have a hidden agenda. She's not really buying it. Better think of another plan. Well, fortunately, it's a weird quest, this one. Yura already gave us a backup plan of go to Erith Sea and get a toboggan wing, or whatever he called it. So, for that, we need to spawn here at Central Seal Island and go over to Hovering Reef number 10. And here on this reef, this is another one of those ones that's kind of risen out of the ground as such. There is a hole in the middle of it that we can jump into and access the inner of the reef below. And this one down here, well, first off, it's got what we need, which is the toboggan wing, which is apparently a thing. But it also has a type of enemy we've not fought yet, and nor would we. So this over here is a carbon chewed. Chewds are in the, what's it called family? Oh shit, he's already started on us. Whoops! Chewds are in the Torta family. But you never have any reason to fight them. The game, no quest asks you to fight one, no story progression is locked behind one, and no quest requires any items that a chewed drops. So I figured I'd just show one off now, just because otherwise it's a whole thing we'd never see, and they're kind of quite cool though. This kind of like lizardy, turtley, like armored looking thing. They are pretty cool on the design side, but you would just never normally witness that at all.
My turn. Charge.
So, with the Chewd defeated, we've just got some hills to clean up. Let's head back to Colony 6. I don't actually know whether we're heading back to Rosemary, or not Rosemary. Oh, it is Neonic it needs to go to. Oh yeah, and we need to gauge her response for Yura. I hope you're not here to change my mind, because it won't work. I told you the other... Ooh, is that a toboggan wing? I've never seen such a remarkable thing. We Machina just thought it was a fairy tale or something. But why have you brought it to me? Oh, that poet asked you to give it to me as a softener. Well, what a surprise. He seems to know a thing or two about us. I don't mean to be condescending. In fact, I'm sort of flattered. Tell him he can write his poem. So with that, let's head back to Yura. Did you get her approval? That is excellent news. The Toboggan Wing is very well known among Machina. I expect she reacted warmly to being presented with it? The Toboggan Wing is a tale told long, long ago. Its moral is thus: one should not rely on chance, but dare to make dreams a reality. The Machina can make dreams a reality with their cooperation. Through cooperation, we'll blossom a beautiful and lasting friendship. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad everything worked out. I shall bid you farewell as I go to visit Neonic. And that concludes A Poet's Concerns, and concludes the episode for us there, I think. Next time we're going to be doing a quest arc which kind of, well, first off, will involve this guy, and Nick, and then we'll be doing a second one which kind of takes place between here and Frontier Village that we just haven't been able to finish off yet because we haven't had the required affinity in Colony 6, whereas we've had the access to the Frontier Village end of that quest for quite some time. So, hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day. That's nonsense, Ricky. I think you've got it all wrong. Really? I know that Up on the Mechon never crossed paths before, but that doesn't mean we think any less of you in a fight. Charlotte and Ren think Ricky crash pow Mechon okay? Yes, so stop worrying about it. We all have our own reasons for fighting, you included. Whether we've lost something or have people to fight for. Yay! Ricky glad he talked to Charlotte. I hope I helped at least a little bit. Just remember, you're one of us. We're all in this together. I'm not the best person to ask. There's so much to cover, I'm not sure where we start. Oh, Charlotte should try to hurry up. I'm sorry, Ricky, it's just for as long as I can remember the Mechon have been the enemy. But if you ask me why, I couldn't answer you. Yeah, Ricky not know too. Ricky, what do you think of when someone mentions the Mechon? Mechon look like sad machines. That's an unusual perspective. I've never seen them that way, but I guess I can see what you mean. Ricky always think this. Well, our backgrounds are very different. I've never had the time to think about their feelings. Charlotte has lost many friends. Ricky not sensitive to Charlotte. Ricky always pond around when we should talk serious. No, Ricky, it's not that. It's actually quite nice to find someone who just thinks entirely differently. The Mechon have never attacked your home, thank goodness, so it's natural that you'd have a different perspective. Charlotte's so kind to Ricky. Ricky not know what to say. It's alright, Ricky, you don't have to say anything. What are you talking about? Are you saying you feel sorry for them? Charlotte not like Ricky's words. Well, I guess I don't mean that. We're so different. We're bound to see things differently. Ricky think Mechon with faces most sad looking. I don't disagree with you there. When we found out there were homs inside them, it was shocking to say the least. Ricky feel lucky to travel with Charlotte and friends. Ricky learn lots. Ricky feels scared most of the time, but see and hear many things. They make Ricky better hero upon.